The road to corporate America is wide, but very few have the courage, grit, and fortitude to set out on their own as a business owner. The beauty of the franchise model is that you're not on your own. In franchising, we always hear about the stats, 4,000 brands, 1 in 4 businesses, 30% year over year. But what about the people? The people that left the security of their 9-to-5 corporate job. They left steady raises, PTO, retirement plan, manage their own time, and stake a claim on their own future. Welcome to Untold Franchise Stories. I'm Carey Gille, your host and the CEO of Franchise FastLane. I've always had an entrepreneurial mindset and have been in the franchising industry for over 20 years now, both as an executive and as a franchisee myself. But Untold Franchisee Stories isn't about me. I am not the hero of this story. The heroes here are ordinary individuals, and they finally did something about it by choosing the entrepreneurial path through franchising. Listen in and always remember this insight from Henry Ford. Whether you think you can or you can't, you're exactly right. I am so excited to welcome Aji to the show, who is in Plano, Texas. Aji, I'm going to let you pronounce that last name.
My name is Aji Mallensanneh.
Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Aji's a Soccer Stars franchisee, which is just incredible. I think one of the things, and I'm going to let you tell the story, but one of the cool things about Soccer Stars is you get to do well while doing good for others. It's a very meaningful franchise. This isn't just like anything else. This is child enrichment. And the founders here, John and Adam, are so passionate about helping kids. That's what they want to do. So I love, Aji, that you chose that brand. But before we get to your brand, and I want to talk about Soccer Stars. But before we get to that, we just connected on the fact that we're both boy moms.
We are.
So I know your life is full, it's busy,
Yes.
and the road to business ownership is narrow. I want to know, what made you go here? What made you decide I'm going to be a business owner through franchising?
Thank you so much for having me, Carrie. But
Oh,
just like you said, it's being a mom. I think
yeah.
I was a first-time mom. I waited a little later on in life to get married and have my son, and my whole world changed because the
Yeah.
meaning of success, the meaning of happiness, the meaning of just showing up and being my true authentic self meant something totally different now that I had this little boy.
Yeah.
So my husband and I had him in Switzerland because I lived out there. And then we
Okay.
decided, okay, we're going to move back to the US and we're going to start our family here. So we planted roots in Texas. A bit of a difference from Europe, but
I bet so.
home is whatever you make it and wherever you make
It
it with
is.
the people you choose to do it with.
Yes.
And so, yeah, we decided that we're going to, on top of doing the 9 to 5, like you said, we decided let's build something. We're in that phase post COVID. Everyone's
Yep.
getting out. Everyone is
Yeah.
trying to figure out what to do with their lives and building. We're at that building phase. And franchising was something that I was very curious about. My husband Amadou married a crazy a crazy dreamer, and he's he's a very goal oriented. So he was the one who's like, okay, let's look at the
Let's look
steps.
at
What do we
this.
have to do? And we made it happen.
Oh, had you franchised before? What was the background in Switzerland?
I worked in global health. So I was in public health. I traveled the world, really
Wow.
committed to strengthening health systems around the world. So I focus a lot on women, I focus a lot on youth
Mm,
and children. And what better way now to bring my love for soccer, football, as we call it back home, but
yeah,
soccer has been a life changer.
absolutely. I love that you said kind of the aha moment was the moment of becoming a mom.
Yes.
Um, I mean, I have 3 sons. They're my why. They're the reason I'm here. They're the reason I do what I do every single day and then keep going after work when I'm done and I'm going to 2 baseball games tonight, right? They are our why. It is. And yet as moms, so important to show them the strength of everything that a mother could be and just that superpower that we can bring to their lives. So I love that you're exemplifying this for your kid. Incredible. Okay, so Soccer Stars. How'd you find Soccer Stars?
So I started, when we decided, okay, franchising is something we want to look into because I come from a public health background. My husband is a network engineer. So we don't have a
Okay.
business background. And franchising, like you said, was kind of like the systems were in place. And they said, okay,
Yeah.
we're going to take a deep dive, but we need some sort of security, something that we know has been tested and proven, vetted out, and something that we have that support system to be able to help us navigate the entrepreneurship.
Yes.
And I Googled
Yes.
away, and we consume way too much soccer in this house. We played, Amadou and I both played, and we decided we're going to go into
Got
this
it.
venture together. And I started Googling away and then got in touch with Franchise FastLane, and then here we are.
Ah, is that a soccer ball behind you?
Yes.
Isn't that what that is?
There are like 100 soccer balls around this house and in my car and in our cars. So there's soccer balls everywhere.
I love
Yeah.
this. And I'm sure you're going, it's not soccer, Carey, it's football. We
It's
got it all confused here, but you get it. Yeah. Okay, so soccer stars. So you probably talked to Wes first, if I remember right. I think that's what Anna told me. You talked to Wes first, and then they connected you to Franchise Fastlane. And was that Jessica? Did you work with
Jessica,
Jessica in the Fastlane?
my
Oh, I
heart,
want to hear about that.
Jessica. She has
Also a boy
walked
mom.
us through the whole process. And I think it's daunting, right? Because we're just like, are we sure? I mean, hey, we're going to put money down and then we're going to build
Yeah.
something. We don't really know the ins and outs.
Yeah.
And she, from day one, it was just like an automatic connection. She understood where we were coming from. She understood what we want to achieve. As far
Yeah.
as it's a business for sure, but there's a community aspect which for me and my
Yes.
husband meant the world, because we have a son. We're planting roots in a new city, in a new state, a new country for me. And we wanted something that was impactful,
Yes.
because our
Wow.
son is going to be using this, his friends are going to be using this, our family and friends are going to be engaging, and we're really into community building. And I think that's where all this came from.
Everything you just said, it's a bit mind-blowing. You didn't just move. You're in a different country.
Mhm.
And you decide in a brand new country, probably with very little relationships at this
Oh
point,
yeah.
you're new,
Yes.
right? Texas is brand new.
Yes.
You decide to build a business.
Mhm.
Wow. So you go through the discovery process with Jessica,
Mhm.
and then you come in for confirmation day. Talk about that, getting to know John and Adam. Incredible. What was it like getting a loan? How did all that process work?
When we spoke with Jessica, we knew we were onto something special. And
Yeah.
then the more we started talking to the team, so from John, Adam, to Bob and Dean, we just realized, and Ruthie, we were like, these are our people.
Yeah.
Like, these are the people who are
Yeah.
speaking the same language that we are. These are the people
Yeah.
who see that it is not just a business, it's you're impacting children's lives. And children are going to become the adults. So
Yeah.
if you
Little
want to
boys and
develop
girls.
healthy habits, if you want to develop well-rounded human beings and people who are inclusive and who are understanding and who want to make their communities and people's lives better, this is where you start. And they all got it.
Yeah.
So it was
Yeah.
just we clicked from the very beginning. It made sense.
I love it. They speak so highly of you. They were so excited. We were talking today. So Adam and John just think you're such a great franchisee. I love hearing that. So is this your 100% focus? This is what you do, or is it on the side? Talk about how involved you are.
So we started in March of last year, and then Amadou and I decided, okay, we're still going to keep our 9 to 5 jobs, and then
Yep.
we're going to split up the
Yep.
work in Soccer Stars, and
Yeah.
we'll manage it. And then one time I was playing with my son, and we were building Legos or something like that, and he kept on sighing, like these deep sighs.
Mm,
And I said, "CD, what are you doing?" And he said, "Oh, I'm mommy. I frustrated."
mm,
And then I was like,
mm.
"Oh
Oh,
my goodness." So
yeah.
as much as we talk about children being our why, they show us the how. 2024, this year, in January, I'm doing Soccer Stars 100%.
I love it.
Yes.
Are you in there as a coach, or what does doing Soccer Stars 100% look like?
So from business development, I'm calling schools. I'm trying to get those businesses. I am organizing the demo days, so the demonstrations where you go into the school and offer a free class. I am the chief marketing officer. I'm doing I'm doing the on Canva, doing social media posts
Yep.
and advertising. I'm hiring our coaches and doing the training. And then when we need to, I go in and I coach. The one
Mhm.
thing that I'm very particular about coaching is our Shining Stars program, and that's the program that we have for kids with
Oh.
special needs. So I
Oh,
coach
and
that.
I absolutely need to hear about that.
Yeah.
Before I get to that, because you're talking about that 9 to 5 and Shining Stars, I can't wait to get there. I know it's
Yes.
a passion. Talk about that's a lot on your plate. Talk about what are you getting from Soccer Stars? What does the support look like from the home office, and how does it feel to be a part of a franchise system versus just Aji soccer program?
Oh, yes. So for instance, if I have a question about how am I going to do X, the first thing I do, I go on our Slack channel and I search, and
Hmm.
there's tons of people who have asked this question before, and there's tons of responses. And if I don't find the precise answer that I'm looking for, it will be I message Adam. Adam is on my text. I will message
Hmm.
Bob. I will message Ruthie, or I will message one of the other franchisees. I have my business development coach, Cindy, who has been a gift from the heavens. That she's done this for like I think 19 or 20 years. So whatever I'm going through now, she has gone through, and she'll just tell you off the top of her head, "Have you considered this? Well, what about this?"
Wow. Hmm.
And it has been there's a support that you get from Soccer Stars that I don't think I would have been able to do on my own. And I wouldn't be able to move as fast as we have been able to do without that support.
Incredible. Did I hear you say you have the founders? I mean, you can text the founder. You have direct
Yes,
access.
yes.
In I mean, that's incredible because I mean, that's one thing if they had 5, 6 locations, but this brand has really been on a run. It's
And
really, really
growing
grown.
exponentially.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that I think that's one of the things that I absolutely love. It's a business, it's growing fast, but there's still that family small
Mm.
business feel to it
Mhm.
where I know I can message Adam at any time, and whenever he's free, he's going to reply to me. It's usually very quick. Same thing
Wow.
with John they're all there. You're not on your own.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, so good to hear.
Yeah.
Okay, we've waited long enough. I really want to hear about Shining Stars. I saw it in the notes last night as I was preparing for our time together today, and I'm Googling it and I'm trying to figure it out, and it spoke right to my heart as a mother myself. But I want to hear you explain it and how it's implemented through Soccer Stars.
Soccer Stars for me has been life changing, but Shining Stars specifically has it's made me a different person.
Mm,
So Shining Stars is a program that under Soccer Stars that focuses on children who are neurodivergent or children with special needs, and this ranges from like autism spectrum disorder to
yeah,
ADHD to Down syndrome or hearing or visually impaired. And we want to make soccer accessible to everybody. So when
yeah,
we came, I have children, whether it's nieces or nephews or family friends who are dear to my heart, who have special needs. And parents really do suffer finding programs to have their children take part in. I believe that whether you're neurodivergent or neurotypical, everyone should have soccer
yeah.
as an option. It's the world's game. Like football is global. Everybody loves
So
football.
true. Yes.
Soccer. Sorry.
No.
Um, and Shining Stars is just that. So when we go into different schools or different cities, we say, "Hey, I know you have a soccer program. Do you have soccer for everybody?" And they say, "Yeah, we have soccer for everybody." And they said, "Do you have a soccer program that's adapted, that's for children with special needs?" No, we don't know that they
No.
have that. Like they just go to soccer
Yeah.
class. And we said, no, because the pace in which we're going is different. The objectives are different. And really, what you're trying to do is create a space where everybody is seen,
Yeah.
everybody's heard, and everybody gets a chance to play.
When I was researching it last night and I was reading a few testimonials, there were moms on there. It's hard not to get emotional. They were talking about the rejection they
Mhm,
feel over and over and over when they put their child in a program and then they're told, my daughter or my son can't participate here. They have to go home.
mhm.
Your daughter or your son is not at the right level for this program. Can you
Or
imagine
they're not
that?
listening. And I said,
Oh,
but are you speaking to them in the way or the language in
they're
which
not
they
listening.
understand you? And and we're very intentional about Shining Stars. Like we are looking at not only the physical activities component of it, but we're looking to build that self-esteem, we're looking to build that self-confidence, we're looking to enhance the gross motor skills in all these children, but also socialization skills, getting them to it could be as simple as taking turns, right? Someone will be like, oh,
Yes.
that's so simple. No, not for
No, it's
everybody.
not.
You have to
Right.
walk people through it, and hey, it's this person's turn now. Can we wait for our turn? These are all things that we learn in Shining Stars. And parents, I see it. It's I always joke and say, I teach soccer on the side, but I also have these mini therapy sessions with parents because you
Yeah.
just see it. The kids are having fun. You will have a kid who comes in, doesn't want anyone to touch them, doesn't want to have any
Mhm.
contact. And by week 4, I see them running across the field. Coach Gigi, I'm ready for
Oh,
soccer. And then they're hugging me at the end of class. And you just see the
oh,
parents like, I don't like,
yeah.
they don't understand what's happening, but they also know exactly what's happening because we
Mhm.
care and we tell them, hey, you deserve to have this just as much as anybody else.
Well, and it's an experience with their child that they know. They know how to connect with that child, but nobody else can get to it. So they just see rejection over and over. It's meaningful. It means the world to the kids, Aji, but to the parent as well.
Yes,
To the, I
absolutely.
mean,
Every parent wants their child to be the best they could possibly be in a world that's accepting, and then in a world that's safe, and in a world where you are heard and seen. At the end of the
mhm.
day, that's what everybody wants for
It
their
is what we
child.
want, for sure,
So
for sure.
if it's through a soccer ball, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to give you a ball, and your kick is going to be celebrated. Some days kids want to play, other days they don't. They're having a bad day and they don't want to
Hmm.
play. But you know what?
Right.
I'll roll the ball. Whenever you're ready, the ball is right there, and we'll be here to play with you.
But this one just brings me such a sense of pride. And honestly, until I have to just admit to you that until this was on my calendar, I knew nothing about Shining
Hmm.
Stars. I just knew soccer
Yeah.
stars. And I was just so proud of this brand that we get this small role in their growth. And now hearing even more in Shining Stars and what you're doing there, it is just so meaningful. What's the future for you, Aji? What do you see for the future for Soccer Stars, for your son, your family?
Soccer Stars is going to grow. Soccer
Hmm.
Stars, we're sticking with Soccer Stars, that's for sure. Our son's sticking with Soccer Stars. He's in the program. But what we're trying to do here is to get kids to enjoy playing soccer, get
Yeah.
kids to be used to and almost like excited and the enjoyment in being
Yeah.
physically active. I come from a public health background, right? So in public
Mhm.
health, we want to prevent diseases before they
Yeah.
happen. How do you do that? Whether it's physical, whether it's emotional and mental, you want people to get physically active. You want people to socialize. You
Hmm.
want people to just form communities where this is a way of life. How do you do that? You start really young. If you work
Hmm.
with children now and they've built that physical literacy, they know, oh, if I'm feeling terrible, I should go outside and run. I might feel better. I should go outside. If I'm angry or frustrated, maybe I'll go around and kick a ball. Coping mechanisms so that kids are able to deal with their own emotions
Yeah.
and deal with their physical activity needs. Soccer Stars is here to stay, and I am so honored to be a part of this group of people who care. It's a
Hmm.
business, sure. You invest in it, of course. You want to win. I want to win. But
Yeah.
most importantly, I want children who are healthy and happy.
Mm.
And if that is my goal in life, like if I accomplish that much, I impacted X number of kids,
Yeah.
I'm good. We don't need
Yeah.
professional soccer players. We just need healthy, happy children.
I'm so glad you came from Switzerland to Plano, Texas. I'm so glad you found Soccer Stars
Yeah,
and that you're impacting little boys and girls in a way that we can't really even understand the magnitude today, both through Soccer Stars and through the Shining Star program.
absolutely.
I know we need to wrap, but what did I miss? Anything else that you wanted to say before I do?
Just how life changing something like this can be.
Mhm.
Working 9 to 5, I think a lot of us are programmed to think about, like you said, the promotion, the titles, the pay.
Yeah.
Um, and then you start a a job. I don't even want to call it a job. This is more like a dream. You start realizing a dream like this, and
Mhm.
you get stressed, yes, because you're building a
Yeah.
business. You get stressed because you're trying and making sure that everyone in your program enjoys the program, but you're changing lives. So you come
Mhm.
in every single day And it doesn't matter what mood you're in. You cannot be in a soccer stars class and not have fun. You cannot be around children who are having a great time and they're smiling and they're squealing and they're doing all sorts of things, and you don't have a great time. So as much as I'm giving to them, they have given me a whole new life that I would forever be grateful for, because this is me living my true dream and the essence of who I really am.
Realizing a dream. I'm just gonna watch this one over and over and pull so many sound bites out of it. So incredible. I am just blown away by who you are as a person and what you've done here. And I thank you for your courage, not only to make that big move, but then to make a move into entrepreneurship and soccer stars and choosing a brand that's so impactful for others. Thank you so much. Aji, thank you so much for giving a glimpse into your incredible untold franchisee story, and
Thank you.
congratulations
Thank
on
you
your
so much
success.
for having me.
Oh,
This is like
I loved having
the
you. It was
power
so
of the
fun.
pivot in 2024. And people, if anything, I always say this, if COVID has shown us anything, is that life is so
Yeah,
fragile. So you have
so
to make
true.
the most of it. And this is what I'm doing.